know if you can see this right now. It's it's approaching dawn, but the rain looks like has turned to snow. Okay, well, I'm almost there, so I'm just going to go there and see what's what. Well, I'm here now, and it did turn to a light sprinkle, but I don't know if you can tell, it is snowing again. Don't even know if I think it's past grapple and just straight snow. I had recently watched the vegan cyclist race in the snow video, and in it he talked about how he nearly froze the tip of his wanker off. I didn't want to freeze the tip of my wanker off, so I got some plastic and made my own little wanker condom. And that worked out pretty good until, due to the only calories I was taking in on this very cold day was through my water bottle, I had to take a pee. Off came the wanker condom and into my back pocket, and I took care of business. But I had to do that a number of times because these guys, I didn't want them to get too far ahead of me. I had to do it in shifts, so to speak. You're probably asking yourselves right now, how cold was it out there? Well, I could tell you that it was so cold that I saw a polar bear shopping for a heater at Sears, but that would date myself. So I'll show you a picture. I was sent this by a buddy of mine. That's me in the front. Gore-Tex jacket, Gore-Tex booties. I have stuff that I put on my legs before I put my thermal leg warmers on, and I have 2 sets of gloves. The temp in the upper left-hand corner is from my Garmin. I've been having a little trouble syncing my Garmin to my videos, but that'll be a video for another day. All the action in this race is pretty much toward the end of the race. Reason being is that we only had 6 of us in this race, and I tried to get us to combine with a 60 plus, but not everybody in the 65s wanted to do that. Other than having a lot more fun with a bigger group to ride with, I figured the pace would then be faster, which would mean I spend less time out in the cold. So the 6 of us it was. Well, it was the 6 of us until somebody had a derailleur problem, and that was my buddy Brian from Visalia, so he had to drop out, so now there were 5 of us. Now, of the 5, there were 2 from Body Concepts in the yellow jerseys. And if you've seen my previous video of the Snelling road race from the week before, in which we had a lot more people and there was a lot of action in it, and I'll have that video linked in the description below, Body Concepts is a very strong team. They again had the numbers with 2 people, and the 2 people they had were Climber Matt and Time Trial Robert, both quality riders. You're probably thinking right now, why aren't one of them in the front? I was thinking the same thing. In the front is New Guy Ken. You may remember New Guy Ken from the Patterson Pass road race last year. So I was thinking that this was his 2nd race, and it was actually his 3rd race. So I talked to him before the race, and I said, Body Concepts is a strong team. Let them do the work. He appreciated the information, but here we are now. So, such as it is, this is what it is. You're looking at the speed in the lower left-hand corner, and you're probably wondering, that's not going very fast right now. And it's not. Oh, looks like I'm taking another pee break. Still, for most of the race, this was like an uneventful group ride. Because of that, I'm going to jump to the end where the action is. We're now heading into the finish. I wish I had my rear camera on. I forgot to turn it on at the start, and because I had 2 gloves on, I couldn't get that button to engage. I was able to park myself at the back and stay there. And at the front, of course, is New Guy Ken pulling us in. Since I absolutely have no sprint, I gotta make sure that I get away before the sprint action actually starts. Last year at this race, I did it well before a kilometer to go, and that was way too long. So now I was gonna be a little more patient, a lot more patient, and get off at a more opportune time. Now to do this, I have to be off the back a number of bike lengths and make my run. But with Time Trial Robert up ahead, I was concerned about while I was going back that he would start his run. I scoped my spot to attack during the first lap. There's this section of water that goes into the road on the right side. So I figure I'm going to attack right before that, and this would be about the 0.3 kilometer mark. You'll notice that Climber Matt went up to talk to Time Trial Robert, and they're both at the front. Right now they're talking about how they're going to do the lead out. Their plan is for, of course, Time Trial Robert to do the lead out for Climber Matt. The finish is what I would call a little longer kicker hill. Right before the water is the cement bridge that we're coming up on. You'll notice I'm not very far back. I'm maybe a couple bike lengths back, so I'm starting to go back just a little bit, but I'm getting a little nervous. I really should be a little farther back. I see I'm not going to make it to the water before they do, so I'm just hanging back a bit. I'm going to pass this, and then I'm going to go. In my hesitation, I am drifting up before I punch it, and that's a mistake because that's speed that I could have had. I should have been 3 miles an hour faster at least when I passed them. But it is what it is, and I'm in it now. So this is where I wish I had the rear camera to see how these guys are doing, after the fact when I'm putting this together. As I turn the corner, I look over my right shoulder and see that, of course, that I am being chased. And I'm being chased by someone in a yellow uniform. So that's body concept. So I figure that's going to be Time Trial Robert. So this is why I wish I was going faster when I passed them. They caught me. Right after the corner, I pulled over, and I'm hoping that I can grab somebody's wheel. There's somebody to my left, and that's the Penn Bellow rider, so I'm going to see if I can get onto his wheel, and I do. I'm trying to jump, but my legs just don't have it. All those times when I tell you I can't sprint, that's because I have one, maybe two fast-twitch muscle fibers in each of my legs, and that's it. I'm trying to go as hard as I can. In my hypocrisy, I'm surprised no one has passed me yet. I figure they're just about to do it. I'm giving everything I can. I'm actually standing now, trying to sprint. Climber Matt took the win over the Penn Bellow rider. I'm expecting somebody to pass me. I hope you enjoyed this video, because I certainly did, because I was able to get third place. No one passed me at the end. Alright, you know the drill. Give me those likes and comments and subscribe. The Cycling Greek.